What's up, Cody Cole? About to go on the show, boy.
About to get on the show.
Rock boy music.
Yo, welcome to the 47th edition of the Transparency Podcast. I go by the name of Big O. Got my guy Moody here.
Yo. What it do, man?
Nothing, man. Chilling, man. How you been this week, bro?
Man, you know, it's blessings. Thankful. Man, we got the, of course, fight party, fight night. You know, let me get a horn in on that. We are excited, man. You know what I'm saying? We having the fight night here at the Content Complex.
Right.
You know, doors open at 5. We're going to have a live podcast. We're going to have cocktail sports hour. We're going to have catered free food. Big, and I ain't talking about regular food. Lamb chops. Yeah.
Y'all going out.
Crab egg rolls.
Listen.
I mean, Rasta pasta.
Rasta pasta.
Hey, man. And that's just a little bit. You know, wings, of course. We got to have the wings.
Gotta have the wings.
But we're excited about Tank. I mean, sports is, you know, it's just always good to come together and have a good time with sports. And, you know, we're going to go ahead and continue to just build each other up here at the complex. It's been some good stuff happening, man. You know, it's been a good week. You know, we just continue to keep building, man. You know what to do. You know how we do.
Let's get it, man. We got it locked and loaded at the Content Complex.
Yeah.
But for today, we have a special guest today. We have Baltimore own Teresa Davis this week.
Wow, we gotta clap it up.
What's up?
Gotta clap it up.
I mean, film, direct, all types of stuff.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I've been excited to come sit in this chair. I've been watching y'all show.
Thank
and
you.
I was like, I got to get on that show. Thank you for having me, guys.
Appreciate you
No
checking
doubt,
us
no
out.
doubt.
Thank you.
It was a necessity to get you here. You know?
Yeah, it feels good too. It feels good. It's a lot of energy when you walk in here. You know what I'm saying? It's a good atmosphere. And I'm just excited to chop it up with you guys, with O and my boy Chaz. I'm excited. Transparency show. Let's go.
Talk about it. Love
Nice.
it. What you think? Oh, I mean, we got a really influential figure, I'm gonna say.
Yes.
You know, you've been doing some things. You know, for the people who don't know, you know, we want you to just go ahead and speak to what you're doing, where you've been, what's your goal, what is your mission, and you know, where do you see us, you know, continue to build in your evolution as being a producer? Because I mean, I heard awards, I heard stuff like, I'm just saying. I didn't know none of this.
Baltimore's best.
Award winning.
We need
the people.
You might gotta hit the horns on that one.
We need the people to know who we sitting next to. So go ahead. Like, give me a little something.
See, they got me blushing over here. I got to get past that first. Thank you so much.
No
Chaz.
problem.
Thank you, Big O.
No doubt.
I'm just excited. I'm from Baltimore, and I love this city, so I'm still excited about it. I know we've been through a lot in this city,
Yes.
but we can get through a lot of things that's happening with art, with comedy. You know, that helps you out to laugh.
Yes.
I intend to tell my stories. I'm a 5-time author, self-published author, but I love to tell stories.
Yes.
I started out in 2012. I did my first web series with LBM and my son and my daughter-in-law. We were just sitting around one day, and I was like, you know what? We should do a web series. It's back in 2012.
Wow, before everybody was even on it, eh?
Yeah, my son was like, web series? What are we going to do, man? So I wrote up something. It was really crazy because I had my daughter-in-law play my son's auntie.
Okay.
It was crazy.
Keep it in the family.
That's all we had. We like the Wayne brothers. We had to work
The
with
Waynes, yeah, I get it. That's how you do it.
The Wayne brothers.
Waynes, yeah.
Like
Shout out to the Waynes brothers.
Yeah.
The Waynes family. I'm sorry, the Waynes family. Oh, the Waynes.
No,
the Waynes family.
Not the Waynes.
The Wayne brothers.
The Waynes family.
Wayne's family, brother.
Kim,
Yeah.
Marlon, Sean,
All of those.
Keenan.
They started off with Living Color. So
Living Color, of
we
course.
started off in our room.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it is Winans though. You right, Kiki and
Dude, we started with them.
CC Winans.
Yeah.
CC.
She
So
talking
there's
about the
Waynes and
Waynes,
Wines.
though.
Waynes and Winans, the family.
The royal family, the
They
Waynes.
royal families, both of them. I got you.
So it was just crazy. 'Cause my daughter-in-law played my son's auntie, a disgruntled auntie. He
Okay.
moved in with her, got kicked out. he played my husband. I kicked him out. It was weird, but we never had to touch. It was just a domestic type of show where it's violent. I'm angry with him, so I ended up chasing him around the city. But and I, because he cheated on me in the show. I just showed our anger that way, and so it was really funny. People saying, "Oh, wait a minute, so that's your daughter-in-law? Wait a minute, that's your son." It was kind of weird playing those parts without even touching each other, just saying horrible things to each other because we were mad.
Yes,
right.
Showing how
it's for the show.
Yeah, so we did that, and then I paid someone to film my very first novel. Now I still have it because some things went kind of haywire there because when you pay somebody to do something, but we didn't finish it. Things happen, but I did finish it myself because it pushed me to do this type of stuff, and that's what made me say, you know what, I want to do my own because it's my timing now. It's all of my creativeness now, and some of my team members I listen to what they have to say sometimes, because they have great ideas too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it comes derivative from what I write.
Got you.
So now I'm in charge of that creative control more, and so I have a lot of things that is coming out that I'm very excited about. The newest thing that I'm working on now is called Kicking Indoors.
Okay.
And it is about Baltimore with the relationships with the police officers and the downward spiral of the opiate use.
Okay.
So that's what I'm writing about. I'm also writing about mental illness and recovery. So I write cardinal things, but I also write full circle.
Got you.
I can't just do a bunch of cardinal shooting, bang, bang. I need substance, as though the show has substance. That's why I liked you guys' show.
Appreciate it.
There's a lot of shows in Baltimore who have substance, but they're not getting their just due. It's not all about the love and hip hop type of stuff. No disrespect to that, but there's some growth here. There's some knowledge.
Yes.
You guys talked about autism, and I love that because that first show, the second web series I did is about autism. It's about a little boy who has autism, and he's from the hood.
Okay.
So I give you the hood point of view, the urban point of view, where he wants to finally have sex. He's going through puberty.
Okay.
And he has autism, and people don't realize that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to want to explore. And so I got a gang of people together. I think it was Kimberly Jennings. I got Ken Cole.
Shout out to Ken Cole.
Gregory Branch, Moth, Myron Higgins, Stephen Kelly, Tina Kelly. It was a plethora of people to help me put this show together. And that's it's a lot of people. I can't name all, but they all came together, and the show surrounded Myron Higgins, who was Moth. It surrounded him trying to come into himself, and what happens to him, and an uncle who believed that he should have sex. So there you go. There's a dilemma here, because a lot of men think that boys should off the break have sex.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Right.
That's a good topic. Growing up as men, young men, young boys, we all taught that we just jump right into with females, like that's just a natural thing. When I was growing up, I definitely girls was a part of just our upbringing. Like we go outside, we chase them down, we try to touch them,
hunt them down. Hide with them.
Hide and go freak.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, let's be transparent here. What we used to do back in the day. But man, it's like those things that we were accustomed to. Say if they right or wrong. How can we say something right if that's all? Something's wrong if that's all we know.
Right. No, it's true. It's true. And I think growing up, like you said, it's the peer pressure that you're hearing from people in school, like, oh, sex is this, sex is that, and oh, this girl did this, and I remember growing up, my father didn't tell me this, but my mother used to tell me this. She said, "Hey, how these kids is lying? They never had sex before,
ever."
And I'll be like, "Man, I think they, what I'm saying, because I used to talk to my mother about that.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
healthy.
did.
That's healthy.
But and she said these people are lying to you. They didn't, and kind of found out they probably were lying.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling the same stories, to my children. And talking to them about stuff, but it's always peer pressure on, not even just sex. Like you see somebody with these Jordans, and you look at your shoes, and somebody cracking on you, and you putting pressure on yourself saying like, I need to get these $150 shoes.
Gotta get them.
You know what I mean?
For what?
So nobody can
part of the culture.
So nobody can. So it can't be a distraction at school. So it's not all on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a lot.
The kids will target you.
It is a lot. It is so much. It is so many dynamics in school, and so much pressures to be a young kid, but also a kid with autism. You know what I'm saying? With my son having autism, like I'm noticing, he's only 3, but he is very like systematic. Like, you see how these he would have these lined up just like this. If you move this, he would get upset. Like, they are like they love routine.
Yeah, very.
The same, like, he'll eat the same meal every single day.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not a problem at all.
He wants stuff lined up.
Right.
If it doesn't, like, he's a perfectionist in his mind.
Young genius, man.
He's a perfectionist, and if he can't get it, he'll start getting frustrated with himself. So that's our job as parents or guardians or whatever, to come behind them and walk them through the difficulties that they might be having, because his mind just is too fast for him. You know what I mean? So it's a lot with autism. It's a lot with I can't wait to see that show. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna sit and watch that.
You just go to you go to YouTube and you put in Julian's Big Mistake. I want to share with you. There's a lady on the show. I love her, and her name is Miss Odessa, and she does a lot for autism because she has a son who has autism. You would barely know, but I used to be, every week when I wrote something, I was feeling some kind of way. Like, should I write this? Especially when the little boy had got a hold of some drugs.
Wow.
He got some trim. I said, oh, well, I know I'm old, but saying it's safe.
That's funny as I don't know what, some trim.
He got some trim. And everything I wrote, I was like, are you okay with that? She's like, Teresa, this is your movie. And she's beautiful. I love Miss Odessa. And I just didn't want to offend her. But she said, you're making me think about what my son may be thinking.
Yeah.
Wow, awareness.
Does he want to date? Does he want to hold a girl's hand?
Yeah.
And I was like, because this little boy started dating. His uncle went out and got a prostitute.
Oh, yeah. You know what that means.
Yeah, but
it's time to go down.
It kind of backfired.
Okay.
It backfired because the uncle was like, he gonna get some. So he went behind the grandmother's back that was raising him. He went behind her back and he got this prostitute. But it backfired because the prostitute started chasing this boy down. Like, when you gonna bring him? When you gonna bring him? Because he did that, okay?
He put it down on her.
I said, when you gonna bring him? When you gonna bring him? It was weird. The movie gets crazy. And I kind of felt sometimes I was nervous about what I wrote. I really look up to Miss Odessa. I look up to her. She's awesome. Yeah. She's like, girl, do your movie. Because she's a writer too. She writes, she writes outstandingly. One day I could write like her. I just adore her. She has a book called Mirror in a Broken Glass. She has one that just was someone brought it and they filmed it. It's beautiful. And so, she's inspiring to me. We both kind of inspire each other in a lot of ways. I know that. I love talking to her. But when I got through that movie, I felt like, whew, because I had the little boy doing some wild stuff. Moth is like 30-something, but he's playing a young boy.
Gotcha. And your art that you're displaying, it's definitely, telling of just, again, where we are as a people, just giving these stories that people need to hear to really like get inspired, get encouraged. And I applaud you for having that the guts and the and awareness to do these type of stories. We always don't want to see the drug dealer story or we tired of seeing these stories. We tired of even seeing certain type. I mean, even with sometimes watching the kids have such a difficult upbringing that doesn't revolve around just poverty.
Yeah, it's not always poverty.
It's not just poverty.
Yeah, you can have money and still have the toughest time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, money brings more hard times. I know a lot of people with money.
I
don't have money like they do. I don't even care. It was just they my friends. And sometimes money brings on more problems than anything.
That's a fact.
Jay-Z said it, more money, more problems. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But
Biggie hold on. Biggie did say it, but Jay also did say it too.
Yeah,
and then everybody in the rap industry says that, and people say that in general. I mean, I that's a good topic too. I look at it like money does bring more responsibility.
Yes.
It brings more discipline.
Yeah.
You know, it brings more of you, who you are. You know what I mean? So, you know, of course, that's just a saying that we do say, you know, and I understand it, you know, but it does bring a lot more to it. It brings a lot more aggressive anger. Sometimes people don't like you when you have a certain status or a certain amount of, you know, things. So,
you know what I noticed too about people who have money sometimes? And I just have to say this. It's a small thing, but I noticed it. Like the economy right now. They don't feel like we do. They just like, oh, and what you was saying? Oh, gas $5 a gallon. Oh, yeah. And look, right? I say gas $5 a gallon.
Right.
What?
Right.
It doesn't really apply to them. So they don't feel the way that we do about the economy. And actually, the Great Depression is back to what we're into now. People don't want to say it out loud, but I say it. They don't want to own it. They don't want to write it. They don't want to say it. But I bet when you go to that market and you get in that line and you decide whether you want the eggs or the bread, and you stand there contemplate what to put back and what to keep, you're going through it. And some people don't have it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have it. And
I'm one of them. So, do me a favor. Stop asking me for money.
Hey,
This shirt is what? 19... I had this shirt like 2000. This blouse. Like... And I thrift. So stop asking me for money. Please stop coming in my DM.
And also the thing is,
it kills me.
People may think that you have more than what you actually have because you do maybe have a walk with a confidence. You know how to put stuff on. You clean. You know how to speak. You know, I mean, it's just a different way that you live. You know what I mean? And people might think, oh, they got so up this and that. They're like, no, I'm just comfortable who I am. I'm thankful. I'm praising God.
I'm grateful. And I'm transparent.
I'm transparent. Those things do come across as wealthy. To be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, but definitely. I mean, but you definitely wealthy because you're wealthy in your mind. You wealthy.
You are though, and that's more important.
Everywhere, and it's more important. Yeah, because when you finally get the money that you probably looking for, number one, you'll look at that as a checkpoint. You won't be finished. You'll be like, okay, this is a checkpoint. Let me move on to the next station. But but somebody that's not really thinking ahead or don't have, you know, not saying they're not sharp, but like not thinking ahead, just like, okay, I finally made it here. You're looking at the next step, but at the end of the day, that helps. Like it helps your mental, you know, and because more responsibility, more money, like you said, more money does bring more responsibility. But it's also responsible of saying, like, people won't be able to tell. So now people want to say, hey, can I get a couple $? Hey, and you gotta be responsible and say, I don't have it.
You know what hurts me the most? When Teresa Davis, myself, is going through something. I don't have any money to do my projects. I space them out because I have a career and I space them out. I pay my bills. It hurts me the most when people come in my DM and my messenger and on my texts, personal people I do know, and they ask me for money when I'm at my most lowest. I can't help you, and it hurts me that I can't help people that I want to help. And it hurts me when you remind me that I need help.
Yeah. But it's another way to look at it. Like, you know, people are looking at you as like a you know, like a beacon of hope. You know what I'm saying? Okay. They're looking at you like Teresa Davis, like, you know, she must be doing this, she must be doing that, because off of what Chaz was saying, like presentation, because presentation is everything.
I'm pushing.
Presentation is everything. Like I said, you're speaking with confidence, and you're always with your camera. Always have your camera. You're always filming, regardless. People can't tell if you're struggling or anything off of your presentation.
Because,
and there's a lot
like
of people.
I am happy. I'm happy. I let God move me. That's why people ask me, when does this come out? When does this drop? And I say, I don't know. They look at me like I'm crazy. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. I'm like Noah's Ark. Do you think Noah's Ark knew how many days it was going to take to build the ark? He had no clue.
I know, that's right.
I'm like Noah's Ark. I'm going to build, and build. And I'm excited. I'm happy. I got this referral because I'm so happy because I'm being told what to do from a high power. I know I'm obedient. And I know that as long as you pound and you pound and you pound, that you're going to get rewarded.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't want to stunt. I'm not stunting when I show you what I'm doing. I'm not stunting when I show you my life or I'm happy filming because that's what makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stunting when I'm writing my novels because that's what makes me. I could be in Italy right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never been to Italy a day in my life, but I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Man,
I can go read
talk
what's in
about
Italy. You know, but I choose to write about my hood. I choose to
Mm-hmm.
write about what I see through my eyes, my pains, my windows, the windows to the soul. I write about what I group around. And I also write touch pieces too. I don't just write the drugs and the shoot 'em up. And if you're reading a book of mine, there is a full circle in it. If you're reading about the drugs, you're reading about recovery. You're reading about murder, you're reading about changing your life to God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I gotta
That's what I'm
show you
saying.
something for you to
Yeah.
look.
Yeah. I love it. Now, you know, to your writing, how do you continue to be in that realm, knowing that writing a book doesn't necessarily turn into dollars, or
Thank you.
or
Where does this guy come from? Where does this guy come from?
You know, because I mean, being a writer is, it takes a lot of time, of course, and you got to get it published.
Yeah.
You got to get the book out, and I just want to dive into some of that process and how do you get it out and how do you promote it and how do you get people to really pick up one of your books, and what are you doing? Yeah.
Before this craze of the social media, I used to go around. I still do it. Put my books in my truck. I go around. I go to gas stations. I still push. I push. I do the 50 Cent. That's what he did. He's very known for that. I do my Philly boys. All of them was out the truck.
Nice.
Gilly, all of them.
Nice.
I've met Gilly. Gilly plays in one of my productions, which I haven't put out yet.
Okay.
That was in New York.
Congrats.
That was,
yeah, thank you.
Dope.
Yeah, he plays in my production. He plays a drug dealer in my production with the studio. You know, they say
is that the one with
awesome.
Mama Jones in it too, right?
No, the one Mama Jones is the one in New York.
Okay.
Oh, Jim. You talking about Jim?
Yeah, Jim Jones.
Yeah,
Mama Jones in that. Yeah.
So you just dropping these names on us real quick. Continue though. Continue.
Yeah, she's awesome. I mean, shout out to her.
Yeah.
But people see one thing because they have this mind. They create this.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you got to understand, and I want people to realize what is for you is for you.
Yes.
It's not about money.
Yeah.
I've gotten all these things I just named without spending money. People, they like your personality or they like what you're doing, or they get some type of discernment to say, you know what? I think I want to soar into this person. Shout out to Naysayer. Shout out to Gilly the Kid. King. Now,
King,
when I knew he was good, the kid.
Right,
shout out
facts,
to you.
facts.
There's growth there, and I'm really excited about what him and his cousin Wallow are doing.
Yes.
Shout out to them. It's their turn.
Yeah,
it's their turn.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mama Jones, who didn't charge me any fee. We filmed 3 days. We did a marathon.
Nice.
Another touch piece is on YouTube. You can watch it. It's called Laced. Then I have the last laugh on there. Just go and put my name in, Teresa Davis. There's a plethora of things that's going to pop up. But everything is not about money. When you said that about the books, I was just on Fox 45 the other day, and they was like, I know you're a millionaire now.
She just breezed past that. I was just on Fox 45.
Hey, we with somebody who's in the game. You know what I mean? We're not dealing with no small time here.
No. Wow,
it's all good.
There's not a lot of money when you make those appearances. You don't get paid. You're going there to get exposure.
Yes.
When you take a picture, the light is the exposure, and you're sitting in the light, and you're starting to glow now because you're getting the exposure, and it's work. A lot of people don't want that. They want monetization
right then and there,
and they want it now. They want microwave this, microwave that. I don't mind. I love people.
That's a good point.
I love being around people. So I went on the show, and they was talking about the book that I had given them, and they was like, "I know you gave money." My boy Mark Clark, that's my boy, and he's like, "No, you gave money on the Be More Lifestyle show."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No." But it has kept my lights on.
Yes.
It has kept me from being hungry at times.
Yes.
Just when that quota comes in and say, here's that small check. Because it's not huge like people think. People watch a lot of television, television. And
television.
So when that money comes in, that little check come in, I go right to where it's supposed to go. And that's to pay for my house.
Yes.
That's to pay for my rent, or my mortgage. That's to pay for the light bill. Something small as light bill. Sometimes it's not that big. So if you're not reading my books, you need to go to Kindle, Amazon, type in Teresa Davis. You need to get me a sandwich, y'all.
Target.
So Amazon. You on Amazon, YouTube, Kindle, all this stuff. So what was the what started this? What was the beginning of Teresa Davis wanting to be creative? Because right here, you are just creating so much, and I'm like your mind is just spinning everywhere. And you just giving a whole bunch of information without even trying. Like, you know what I mean? So how did this start? How did you start with this?
It started in Douglas Court. Let me bring this closer. Douglas Court Project. That is where I was 5 years old when I lived there. And I used to knit doll clothes. I used to sew them off of my own clothes. I used to cut clothes up, make my doll pants and tops. And I was very creative with it. And I used to get in a lot of trouble. Imagine taking the sleeve off this shirt to make a doll sleeve. Wow. When you live where? In the project.
Yeah, you're doing a bit much there.
Yeah. And this girl, she stole. I went to the bathroom. I was playing outside. I remember I was 5 years old. And this girl, she stole my dolls and all the clothes that I sold. She stole them. She was a girl that looked like a boy. I thought that was a boy, Damon. I thought that was a boy.
I am a boy, Damon.
And my sister, she when I told her, she said, "Why are you crying?" I said, the girl name was Thomasine. It's so fitting.
Thomas.
It's so fitting. Love you, Thomasine. You gave me courage. I don't know where you're at in this world, in this life, but I wish you well.
Shout out.
And I didn't say her last name, so it doesn't matter. So my sister said, "Who took your dolls?" And I said, Thomasine. And it was like thunder.
Don't know.
Thomasine. And she was like, "Why you leave him outside?" Now she shifted it to me. "Why you leave him outside?"
It always happens like that, doesn't
Why
it?
did you leave him outside? Why did you leave him outside? I had to go to the bathroom. She was like, And she got herself together mentally. Everybody was scared of Thomasine. Thomasine probably was scared of Thomasine. She went around the project, the other side, and she knocked on Thomasine door. "And what you want?" And I remember being behind it, like, "You got my dolls. I got my big sister on you, you know." My big sister looked like, "I'm gonna get you later." And so it was funny because they had to tangle. They had to fight. And you don't know what courage. You say, where did it start from? This is courage.
Yeah.
You don't know where courage is mustered up from. And they got to fighting. And it was no easy fight, but my sister, I've never seen a person transform like that. I was a kid. She's about 13 months older than me. Right. But she knew that she'd take up for me. Yeah. My mother's not playing about that. We from the hood. So.
Yeah, you look out for your people.
That's courage right there. Yes. And that was courage. And then the creative part was, making the clothes. And I used to always want to perform. So I love acting. I just did something with We Own the City. I had a great time.
Nice.
I had a great time. I was doing background.
First, well, it's only one season, of course. But the season. Yeah. I wish they did more of those. I don't even think I finished We Own the City. Did I finish it?
Did you finish? Oh, wow.
I don't think I finished it. I was through, and it was getting so good. Sometimes it's difficult to watch these things. Yeah, you do a lot of things. You know how it goes.
Because there's so much stuff. Yeah.
You know live is true, too. Live is true.
But We Own the City is great. I liked it. I'm gonna go back to it.
It was fun. I think the background for me, background was really big because, I do a lot of directing. I do a lot of acting. So, background's watching where all the meat and potatoes is. People think you did background. One girl asked me, I'm not going to say her name.
And break down background for
background. Okay. It's just like if you're asked to stand there and be somewhat extra.
Yeah, extra.
Same word, but
just want to make sure.
Yeah, but sometimes it's bigger than that.
Okay.
I went there to do just background.
Gotcha.
I changed my clothes. I kept submitting my name. I kept submitting my bio. And, they called me Thea Washington. Shout out to Thea Washington. Shout out to Bird, Bad News Baltimore. He helped to do a lot of the casting. And they just kept calling me. I kept changing my look. And it's good to just be around background. Like to be in here when you guys are filming this and the technology, that's how you learn.
Yeah.
And just to be with the great directors. You're talking about Ronaldo Green. He did the Venus story.
Oh, wow.
Do you think I don't want to be under that tutelage?
Yes.
I went over and over. And I made good checks, too.
Right.
I did. Background gets paid pretty good, too.
Nice,
You're consistent. Nice. I learned a lot. I met a lot of people who actually came from that movie to be in this Kicking in Doors series.
Nice.
So that was fun.
Nice.
And then I worked with John Berdahl. It was so funny because I was supposed to just been standing there again, just standing. He was like, "Oh no, I want you to do this, do that." I'm looking like because he played I think it was Jenkins.
Okay.
And Officer Jenkins. I was like, I'm supposed to do what he said do because I respect directors.
Yeah.
When you go on a set, please understand. The director is the person that you're supposed to give your utmost attention to and respect to.
Yeah.
I know we're all creative. That's why you're there. But first and foremost, it's their creativity. You want to challenge that first. Do that first, and then all else comes together. So
you hear that to all the actors out there and the extras in the background. Get good with the director and make sure you listen.
They love it.
Listen, because everybody have a job to do. Everybody has a job to do. Like right here, I couldn't be, doing your job.
Yeah, so he does.
And trying to be creative. Like,
thank you, sir. But I can't do what you, I do the way that again, this is your baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came to you with want to help you out, but the Transparency Podcast, you made me aware. I mean, I was aware of it and I was impressed by it.
Right, appreciate it, but it took both of us. You know what I'm saying? We both do job. Like we're not both having our hand in the same pot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody got a job.
So I think if everybody does their job, then we can make the most amazing movie.
Oh, yeah.
But if we're fighting and bickering, we ain't going. We need to build a solid foundation. And you pulling away the bricks, man. Like, let's lay this solid foundation.
There you go. I love that.
You do your stuff, I do my stuff, and we'll come together.
Everybody has something important.
And we'll get this Academy Award or whatever. What's an Oscar? Whatever, all this.
Whatever God gonna get you, gonna get
whatever God gonna
Whether
give
it's just you told somebody a great story, and they learn from it. Like, that's how I build. They say, where you gonna put it at? I don't know. Where God gonna let it land? Why you think like that? Because I don't worry about it. I worry about building what he told me to go build.
Yep.
I've been instructed to build the story.
Yes.
I've been instructed to unfold a story.
Yes.
And to make somebody feel something, laugh, cry, remember, nostalgia, think, or forget. That's my job.
Right.
Not my job to figure out how. You told me something when I came in here. You say, oh, he gonna do the technology stuff. You can have a seat. Let me ask you some questions. That's what you like doing. I said, okay. And I enjoyed our conversation while he was doing everything. Right. And you were talking to me, so it got me comfortable for the show. I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
Nice.
Well, because I'm a talker. I just talk. I just rub my mouth. I probably talk when I'm sleeping. You know what I mean?
But it made me comfortable.
Nice.
He was in his world working out, because I do that. So I was like, I know he's working. So just do what the director, the co-director, the director of photography, anybody, the grip man, if they give you something to do, he's very important. Believe me, there's no movie without sound.
Yeah.
And if he tell you I need to do this, just do what he say. No one's more important than anyone. You know when people ask you where you work at for? You know why they ask you that?
I think that's it. That's so they can. I say judge you, but what do you say?
That's what I said.
Okay, yeah.
They can know how to respect you.
Yeah, how to respect.
How much
that's
of
a good thing. I ain't never think of that like that.
To respect you. Yeah.
You pull trash. Watch out. Oh yeah, so
that's real good. I ain't. To be honest with you, I never. That's a real good assessment. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue. I don't want to mess you.
That's what they do.
That's good.
And they miss out on great people.
Yeah, just because your job, like I said, is a trash man or whatever, you might be one of the best there is, or you might be a professional at whatever you do.
That was one of my dad's jobs, and he came home with some jewels. I remember he came home. I love roller skating, but he came home with some ice skates, and they were brand new, out of the trash. Wow. He was a supervisor, and he was like, "I got you something," and I was like, "What?" He came from behind his back with him. Oh my God! I said I got him from work. I know where he worked at. He had 3 jobs around that.
Right.
So I was like, "These were in the trash. Someone else's treasure is somebody's trash, and vice versa."
Yeah, for sure. That's amazing. Look, and I was going to, continue to talk about like this acting, because I have a passion to, want to do some acting myself. You know, I haven't jumped on any scenes and none. I haven't done no behind the scenes.
He's an amazing actor.
That's where it started.
He's an amazing actor.
He got a good look.
You gotta see Where's My Dollar. Yeah, he got the beard going. Look, he got the beard going. But look, handsome guy. But look, you gotta see the Where's My Dollar. He's very funny. He's very funny.
Where's my dolly?
He is very, very funny.
Okay.
Like, he's laid back. He's very funny. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, no, but I appreciate that, brother. I do, man. And that was something that we did here at the Content Complex, which was a creative process. We had a artist in here. We did a skit here with me and one of my homies here that actually does a lot of work here at the complex. And we just did it, and just I had an idea, of course, to just, I want to do the acting. We do a lot of that here anyway, but I want to continue to do more of that. But, I haven't been on those sets, because there has been so many projects here in Baltimore, you know,
There's a
getting
lot.
like The Wire, and, you know, of course, we can continue to go on and on.
There's
We on
a
the
lot.
city, and, you know, so many things that
People are
we've
coming
done.
here.
Yeah, and DC as well.
Yeah.
And a
right
lot
next
of
door.
independent films are coming up on Tubi, and people are really just bringing out the camera and shooting their own stuff. And, you know, I'm just excited about a lot of it. And I would like to definitely get into something or shoot something on my own, or you know, get into like a role. But, you know, it's always been a passion. Like when I was growing up, it's like, what you want to be when you grow up? You know what I mean? I was always like even an actor, you know, ball player.
Oh, that was nice, yeah.
Yeah, chef, cook as well. And I did the chef. I did the cooking
cook.
thing. Yeah.
I can look, though.
Did the cooking thing.
She can't cook, but she can
I cook.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I fend for myself, though.
But that's a blessing.
I wash the dishes, though. If you were to cook, dishes washed.
Hey, and that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
I don't believe a cook should wash dishes.
You got to have someone to do that, you know, a sous chef to help you set up, you know, get the ingredients out. Yeah. So, you know.
I prep for you, too.
Again, there you go. That's what it's about.
But I do pour, I'll pour your wine.
Nice.
I'll pour your wine.
Nice,
if you need some more wine.
So you know what it's about. That's what it is.
That's my job for when they're cooking.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
But again, you know, where you are with the, you know, the acting, like, so you're doing a little bit from everything, from the actual acting to the producing, and, you know, like what drives that passion, and what made you want to like really jump into that world, like being an actor?
Because when I was little, I didn't want to be an actor, a writer, a filmmaker, a radio host, because, you know, I did do radio too. I wanted to be an entertainer, and all those things are under that.
Yeah.
I wanted to be
an
entertainer.
What I feel, and that's what I feel like my eventually what it is. Yeah.
When I was little, I had a go-to form, and I had got a star in it. My son's dad bought it, but it's off now. You can see, but and it had a star in it. I said, I'm going to be a star, but you know, a star isn't even real. Now that I'm an adult, that's something in the sky.
Yeah.
And you know, when it gets dark, sometimes you see the stars, and sometimes they tend to hide.
Yeah.
Or they tend to hide behind clouds. Stars, you don't see them all the time.
Yeah.
And they fade.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a star. I want to be Teresa Davis. I want to be an entertainer. Speaking of new movies in Baltimore, I actually had the awesome time, the most big opportunity to do the casting for Be More Careful.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm so excited for Baltimore.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because I think I had the opportunity, I think, to be a part of that as well.
Did you?
One of my homies, of course, that also is here in Baltimore, Kev. We were, you know, we've been linking up with a lot of cool people here in the area that's been coming to the complex. And he actually was able to get some spots on there as well, did some casting on there.
Nice.
He did some work on there. And there was some other, you know, people that we know that actually was part of Be More Careful. I mean, I saw some of the story, you know, about these females, I believe.
There's a book. It's derived from a book.
The book, right?
Another
Right from the
author,
book.
Shannon Holmes.
Exactly. Yeah. So I am aware of that, and it's definitely ironically that you brought that up, and that's amazing that you're being a part of that as well. So I think I could have. He went down there for the cast, and I didn't make it that day, you know. But still, I'm not going to continue to be like, oh, I didn't make it. No, when I want to be a part of something, I'm gonna jump on it, because there's a lot of good opportunities coming. Yeah, it is timing, and there's a lot of good opportunities.
It's your timing. It's the right time for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's not that you missed something. It's just wasn't your timing.
Talk about it. That's important. Timing is important, and like what you're doing with, you know, that as well. So like, again, you was a part of that. You're still a part of that. How is that coming along?
It's about to be on Tubi. I'm so excited.
It's coming on.
It's about to be on Tubi very soon. I casted, I don't know, well over, I think maybe 30 people for it from Baltimore that I thought would do a great job. And they did a great job. My son plays in it.
Nice.
Some people from my movie play in it. A lot of people who I worked with in the past play in it.
Nice.
And so I'm really excited for them.
Nice.
I was able to get 2 roles. I had to fill in for someone else. So sometimes you can change your look. So I was talking about changing the aesthetics and how you look. And I played 2 roles in that movie, as well as did the casting for Baltimore City.
Congrats on that. That's big. That's big. I
and
love
we're really excited for that.
Love it.
And we got another project. Listen, this one right here, I'm just super, super duper alioshous. I'm tremendously happy for is the movie called Affiliated. It's here in Baltimore.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys seen it on my page, but it's Ray Luger film. He wrote it 10 years ago. That's why I say timing. I really want to say something about time.
Yes.
Because he wrote it 10 years ago, and he said, Teresa, when I'm ready, you gonna help me? We can link up. I said, yeah. That was over 10 years ago.
Wow.
And he finally said, you know what? I'm ready. People rush their things. They rush their talent, and it doesn't give you the full gratification. And I was like, oh, so you ready? And I was like, he would be ready in the middle, kicking in doors. I'm in the middle of a big project, but I keep my word. I said, okay, well, we gonna multitask. Yeah. So we do some on Saturdays and Sundays, and then sometime I'll leave and I'll go do kicking indoors. But we'll skip, like this weekend we're not filming the fight, Tanks fight, Tanks
we all locked in on that. Baltimore stand up.
Yeah, and then the next day I'm filming at Dee's Place, which is a recovery center on Wolf Street. So we're doing some touch pieces with the recovery.
Nice.
So yeah, so Affiliated is about gangs. Very different type of movie. It's actually an awareness film, but we have to show the knowing the carnage, we're showing how children and youth actually get into gangs. And we're showing the origin of it. The time date is about back in 2000.
Okay.
Back then, and
there's a lot of that going on in 2000, and definitely around in these areas where a lot of it, definitely got popular.
So we're working on that together with there's Ray Malloy and there's Dawes. There's quite a few people who helped us, but that's basically the team right there with us filming, and I'm co-directing, he's directing, and we're all putting our minds together on this. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of people from Baltimore in this one as well.
Big, man.
Baltimore stand up.
Big.
Yeah, helping. I would say it's not even just helping the older people. It's helping people.
Yeah.
Someone's T-shirt, someone's shoelaces, someone's necklace, someone's band around them. It's like, oh, someone's tennis shoelaces, the different color. Oh, so that's what the gang look like, and the beads, and the it's showing there's a collaboration of gangs on how they dress.
Yeah.
Maybe your child has a gun under the bed. You might want to check. Those small things. It's causing awareness. I actually have a small role. I play Aaron's, a little boy, Aaron's mother. We're kind of middle to do our family, and we're struggling without a dad, and I play his mom. So it's really good. I'm having fun filming with it all over, mostly West Side.
Okay.
But with Kicking Indoors, it's a little bit everywhere. My backdrop was North and Penn, and that backdrop was crazy. So, the movie crazy.
Shout out to North and Penn. That's
shout out to North and Penn.
That's tough.
Oh my God, them people. I love y'all.
That's tough.
Yeah, most definitely, man. So filming, how long does it take to create a movie? Like how long?
It could take forever. It could take in 10 minutes. I wrote my first book in 3 months. I wrote my second book in 3 months. My third book in 6. I wrote my fourth book within a year, and I wrote 2 books in 1 year because I was co-writing with someone. So I wrote. It's like jogging. You don't want to. When you jog with somebody, you might tend to jog their pace because you're running together. You're taking a jog together. So the last book I wrote that 2 books in 1 year. Well, that person was taking a little longer. I just continued to work on the one I was working on. So I finished 5 books, and I also have 10 more that I call in my vote. I have 5 more. Correction, I might go home and write 10 books. I don't know. But I have 5 more in my vault that I haven't published yet. It takes money to do these things.
It does. So and also I know it takes money too. So collaborating on creating a film. So like far as the makeup, like all the stuff.
Oh, I do great makeup. Yeah.
You do makeup. So you do the makeup too?
I do a lot of the movie makeup. Like I do the scars.
Right.
I do the shots. I do the stuff like that. I love doing that. But this kind of makeup I don't do.
Did you go to? So did you go to a school, or you just kind of taught yourself that?
I just knew how to do it from probably hair school. There's a lot of things you can do to intertwine those things. My hair background. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a cosmetologist.
We can see your hair hair fire, literally fire.
Thank you. So I can kind of intertwine those things with the movie stuff like that. You use a lot of stuff from doing hair that goes with a lot of things in life. You just be surprised.
Wow.
And one is talking to people. We didn't just dive into doing hair. We had to learn how to talk and assess people. Because every time that woman gets up, another woman comes in, there's a different personality. So that's how I'm able to deal with such large groups. As I deal with someone.
Wow.
If I have 10 clients today, that's just hyperbole saying, if I got 10 people, then I got 10 different personalities. No one's alike.
No way. So not even twins. Not even twins.
No, twins are definitely not alike. They're always opposite. They feel each other, but they're not alike. I know a lot of twins.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not alike. I got cousins that are twins too. They're not. And they want to prove to you they're not alike. Because they are tired of hearing that they're alike.
But that's amazing. That's an amazing assessment that really thinking about it, 10 people, 10 different personalities is teaching you how to. You're just using all your experience of life.
Oh, they teach me how to navigate. I love my clients. They say,
Just
teacher, you
pray.
teaching us. No, you teaching me with what you just told me to happen. Because I'm like, never in the day, not today. You did what? You know, and their stories are so phenomenal. I'm like, and you ain't mad? You know, so it teaches me some type of, I don't know, obedience. Because I'm like, I don't know if I can sit through that.
Yeah.
My clients tell me some beautiful things. We grow together. I got the same clients for over 30 years.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Tough.
Wow. Yep. Definitely fire.
So when you do you're writing or creating a movie, let's say a young inspiring director, producer wanted to do something, you know, what are the first thing you would tell them they should do, and then how would they get to a point of like putting a movie out? You know, and like I said, I'm seeing a lot of, you know, good movies getting placed on different platforms. These streaming platforms are so many opportunities. Like, you know, you don't gotta go through the whole process, of course.
I can tell you the easiest thing.
Just break down a little something. Like, man, I want to do a movie. What do I do to get it on like a Tubi? What do I got to do to get a movie out?
What do you do to do the movie? That's a good question right there. Just go to YouTube, put in whatever you want to do. Google, it's teaching you everything from publishing a book. It's teaching you. You have to not be lazy. Pick up that phone. YouTube instead of looking at the jeans, looking at the butt shaking, looking at the body stretching, looking at the people getting their bodies cut and done. Look at what you want to do and hone into it. You know what I film with? You know what kind of camera? What camera you think I use? I'm just curious.
A Sony.
What you think?
A Sony.
I mean,
I look like a Sony type.
Red, yeah. I mean,
a red. I like a red. Like a red.
You might be able to pull up one of them. You know
red type.
You might.
What you think? Canon D. What you thinking?
I was ready to say Canon.
DJI what? Fuji.
I think you're about to say that you use your iPhone.
Yes, I do.
I knew you was going to say that.
13. This right now, I'm using the 13 Pro Max.
I knew you was going
to say that. I used to use the Nikons, 5100, 5200. I put them away for a while, and I've been having so much fun with this. I was going to show you something while we're on the show. I never do this for. I was going to show you.
Exclusive.
Yeah,
exclusive.
We're getting it right here, live and direct. Teresa's showing her artistry on how she produces.
I'm trying not to look in her phone because you know you don't supposed to look at people's phone when they go on their phones.
You won't have no problem with this one. This is just, I'm going to show you something that I just corrected, and I put up. You see that? Can you guys still both see
it? I see it. Now look, guys, she's showing us live footage. You can also see her movies on YouTube. You can check them out on different platforms.
Well, we're going to show how good
these are.
I can show you a little bit of that.
So I heard you think you're the big man around here, huh, bro? I'm the big man around here, Brother Trez.
That's off an iPhone.
Wow. We gave enough. I really don't show my film.
Wow.
But I wanted to be an inspiration to people. I want people to understand that it's not about the money. It's about what you don't have.
Yes.
And you probably say, what you talking about? What you don't have. What I don't have will make me do better with what I do have.
Yes.
I love this phone. I love filming on the phone. I love editing. I never thought I would be editing. I love editing. I love doing the detaching the voice and taking it where I want it. I love doing the voiceovers. I love working with people that I'm working with. Myron Higgins. I like working with Mr. Gregory Branch. It's so many of them. Leonard Coleman. It's so many people. Tina, Kelly, Stephen, Kelly, Little Stevie. Let me tell you, the kids have been phenomenal.
Nice.
The people I'm about to work with Sunday, I'm so excited to see them again. I haven't seen them in a couple of months because there's so many different variations of this movie. It's a web series.
Yeah. And
to work with these people and to have my real family being a part of my dream, and then it becoming their dream. It's
congrats to that.
It's just unbelievable. Working with Ray Luger and this other film that's coming out. You know, working with the people in Baltimore, I've been on a lot of, I don't like to use the word real. People do that. I've been on a lot of productions. I think every production that I step into is real. I was on, we own like I said, we own the city. I was on TV One for my man. I was on co-starring on Channel 2 for a long time. And UPN 54. I've been on a lot of platforms. I can't name all of them. Please don't get mad at me. But I can't remember all of them right now.
Talk about
But
it.
they're all productions, and everyone to me is real.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a real production? They don't ain't got no cameras. They don't got no grip. You don't need a grip all the time. There are so many mics out here now.
Yeah.
They're replacing that. Like lavalier mics, the body cams, and all that type of stuff. There are a lot of things that are replacing the grip. Whatever you're using, it doesn't matter.
it work.
Sometimes it's just aesthetics. People want to look a certain way.
Yeah.
I show up in film, and people begin to let their guard down. They're like, what's just that? And a few other things, like I have sliders and things like that. I have lenses and things like that, but it's not threatening. It's just like what you got right there. And it's like, oh, that's it. And then they tend to relax, especially the first timers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
You're like, oh wow, I thought it'd be even more than this. Oh, we got what we need here. You know, it's going to be a good production regardless. Like you say, the editing process, the shots, and I'm learning a lot about that. What I'm doing, because I was very involved in being an artist first and foremost. Like I said, just being entertaining, doing all that good stuff. But I started to dig into the production side, and now. I'm starting to upgrade more things. I'm using different softwares. I'm using different cameras.
You got some neat stuff in here, yeah.
Thank you, yeah. And it's just, again, it's a repetition. I want to keep getting better and better. Space, the people I'm with, the character that I have as myself. People are, gravitating towards what I'm doing. And again, I want to just keep getting better and better, though. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to learn more. I'm looking on YouTube. I'm checking out the new softwares. I'm trying different things. I got like 5 different editing softwares, but I don't use. I use some of them.
Yeah,
but I have the ones that I use. Yeah, exactly, for whatever I want. So I understand solely exactly what you mean, for sure.
Shout out to the people I just worked with this weekend. I just met a movie called Unison. It's like I want to say like a Total Recall. And
wow, that's my joint.
Yeah, it's like that.
Total Recall. That's
like
classic.
The numbers in your body and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a guy named Jay Jinks. Shout out to him. I just was a background on it. I love it. And he actually films with his cell phone. And they have also won film festivals too. I've won film festivals. I've won awards. And I was like, wow, to walk in and see. I was thinking his big cameras. I don't mind. I love big cameras.
Yeah.
It's just aesthetics for real. Or it's just what you're looking for and what you're using. And I was like, wow, he got 3 cell phones. They had 3 cell phones. They got 3 shots. And I'm like, okay, that's keep him from working hard trying to get all these angles. And I was like, wow. And he did some tricks. I like some of his tricks. I don't want to tell his tricks, but
right.
We shared some ideas. I was like, okay, yeah. And I shout out to him because he's using his cell phone too. They also have Disney movies have been shot with cell phones. I mean, there are a lot of movies that you guys don't know. Even Channel 11 uses the cell phone. I filmed with them recently. They were doing a story down downtown, and it's actually in my movie. They did it, and they let me use the footage. It was for my movie, but they also came as 2 birds with 1 stone. So I filmed next to them with my phone. And they're filming next to me with their 13 at the time. They probably got 14 now. They got that type of revenue. But they were standing next to me filming, and then they transfer that, and they go edit that.
Yeah. Take it to editing room. That's where the magic happens.
This is a new wave right here.
And these phones that we do use, that we have, of course, they are thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
They don't cost $60. You know what I'm saying?
This was more than my other camera I have.
Right. So, there are quality cameras on these phones. And we're in an age now where that phone can make you millions of dollars. You know what I mean? On a lot of different ways.
What's the not Ray Sherman? It's another rapper. I can't forget it. I forget his name, but he said they used to shoot their videos
with this,
and they blew up. And to be honest with you, when I started this podcast, people was like, "Well, what recording studio?"
They want to know all the technical stuff.
Talk about it.
And the recording studio was my bedroom. Sometimes I recorded in a bathroom because my children was making noise.
Noise is quiet.
You know what I'm saying? So I soundproofed the bathroom, and it sounded like I was in the studio.
But again, why did they ask you that question? So they know how to respect you. They know how to, what you say, judge you.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're going to be totally off, dude.
Yeah. It's definitely amazing, man. It's so people hearing this, you can be inspired by just, like I said, I tell people all the time, you have a computer in your hand. You have so much resources just in your hand, in the palm of your hand. You can shoot a video, you can shoot a podcast, you can do anything with it in your hand.
Photo
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's
photo
some
shoots,
awesome pictures I took.
all types of stuff. They even have, and I'm not a great camera guy, whatever like that.
Yeah.
But I done took some great. They even got the portrait thing on the phone now.
Yeah.
Whereas though you just take and you be like, damn, I look professional. You know what I'm saying?
So these, professional.
So you just use your resources.
Use what you have, man.
You use what you have, and you can create something amazing.
A lot of things.
Talk about it. So yeah, like anybody out here listening, man, you don't have to have every single new gadget, new way, whatever you feel like you don't have. Again, make it work. What you do have, be grateful for what you have, and I respect that. I appreciate that knowledge you're giving us, and I appreciate that inspiration that you just gave us. Because like you said, you dropped some names. You're doing a lot of great things. You got a lot of great things coming. I mean, can I get a part?
Yes.
That's what I want to know.
I need he's landing his plane. He's landing his plane, boy.
I might have to figure something out.
I know it's coming.
I need to know the shooting days, of course. I'm going to come through with my camera just to, get some shots.
We love that.
We got a lot of, we got a lot of great things happening, of course, here. We're always looking to collaborate. We're looking to build. We want to be a part of it. We come serious, ready to play. I'm coming serious, ready to play because it's important.
Serious, ready to play. I like that.
Yeah. Because you know how it is. Sometimes showing up is one thing, but are you ready? Are you willing? Are you looking to get better? Are you trying to do your best? And I really take pride in a lot of that myself.
Awesome. I tell people, they know it. They around me, they know this phrase. Show up and amazing things will happen. Yeah. You may think you're going to be a background or extra, and you may work out with a principal. And if you're seeing this show right now and you know who you are, there are a lot of you who came and people didn't show up, and you began to take their role. And you have done a phenomenal job. And people shoot themselves in the foot sometimes. An old saying, you shoot yourself in the foot. Just show up and amazing things will happen.
Yeah, definitely show up.
That sounds like a plan.
Most definitely. You got to show up. If you don't show up, you'll never know.
Yeah. I got to shout out 100 Mills. He's a rapper here in Baltimore. Young guy wears a patch on his eye. He came to be an extra this day, and somebody didn't show up. And I was like, hey, can you learn these lines real quick? You got like 20 minutes. He was like, give it to him. He was ready. He came back. I swear to you, I cannot explain how well. He's in one of those jail scenes that you just saw. He's owning his role. He hones into it. He owns it. He takes apart what it is that when you get a role, ask that director, he or she, or even the co-director, because they know the storyline. What is this character like? Yeah. Before you start acting. Because it's not about you. Yeah, it's totally not you. Yeah. It's not you. It's not you being macho. It's not you being a killer. You're not a killer, are you? You work at a paint store, don't you? It's not you. What does my character entail? And you're going to be a great actor or actress.
Thanks for that advice.
One of the people that, like I heard that from, what's Tasha for Power?
Oh, what's her name? I forget her name.
I can't think of her name.
Tasha's like no.
She played Little Kim, and me watching Notorious, I thought I was looking at Little Kim. Like really, she did it real good. And the thing that was phenomenal to me was she and Little Kim didn't even have a conversation. She said what she did was study Little Kim. She said she just studied her, and she said she never had a conversation with her, and it was just amazing. That's what how great she did. Yeah, Denzel Washington, Malcolm X. Even to be honest with you, running neck and neck with Malcolm X, I ain't gonna lie to you. With Denzel playing Malcolm X is what's the guy name on that he played on Godfather Harlem. He plays a hell of a Malcolm X.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I know the guy you're talking about. I don't know his name.
He plays a hell of a. He running neck and I mean Denzel got
Harlem is big. So
that's a real good show. That's a real good show.
Oh, you talking about with the eye. You talking about
I can't think of
was it Forrest Whitaker?
Not Forrest Whitaker. But he's the one. He's playing Bumpy Johnson.
Yeah, I love his character. I love Forrest Whitaker.
But the guy that plays Malcolm X, I mean,
he looked like him more than Denzel. He does
look like him more than Malcolm.
He was the one by the window the whole time. He went, yeah. I don't know his name. He looked strikingly like him. Yes.
Bro, he sounded.
I know you're talking about
amazing. It is amazing that these guys capture. I think it's just it's a beautiful thing. Like you can
it's like
act.
Jamie Foxx. Shout out to pray for him.
Hopefully
I pray for him to recover and come through and be as he was better than he was.
Yes, indeed.
He gave so much to this. He contributed so much to acting. And I wish him well. But he played a wonderful Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
Yes, he did.
He actually put when he came down. This one Ray came out. He came out of Baltimore. This man did comedy. He did he performed. He did a song. That's when
And
Unpredictable was on. He was singing. He did a great job. Played the piano and everything.
Unpredictable. Yeah.
And then he did the Charles.
Oh my God, that was funny.
The Ray and
every time he does this is funny.
The thing that tripped me out was how
does he emulate him like that?
It is amazing. Like you thought you were looking at Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Because just looking at it was unreal.
And for people who love Ray Charles and miss Ray Charles, that is a good thing. So, acting and singing and making people laugh, it's just good for the body. It's good for the body, making people remember things. Like, I want to inspire people to get clean. Because I have a story about that with my family member. I lost a nephew to opiate use. And, there's a lot of great things we don't know about what happened, but, a lot of foul play, things like that. But ultimately, he left here.
My brother too.
The opiate use. And we shout out to your brother. Pray for your family, man. Yeah. Because it affects everybody differently.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's not me. No, it's indirectly, directly. If you have a loved one who's getting high, using some type of mind-altering drug, and even the weed. Shout out to those who smoke weed. Y'all do your thing April 20th. But guess what? Do it in moderation. Mm-hmm. You're driving these cars and you're high as a kite. Mm-hmm. You're still under the influence of something.
Yeah.
Okay, weeds from the ground. I'm with you on that, my bro. I'm with you on that, my sis. But let's be careful on how we navigate these vehicles and we're high as a kite.
Yeah. Because
there's no difference.
Weed is from the ground, but you're gonna be in the ground, and you're gonna have somebody in the ground if you know too much.
You supposed to be home mellow with the weed, not riding around cutting people off and giving them the bird.
But my brother is I'm a big advocate of substance abuse too, because like my brother, the thing that shout out to Antoine, but he was on drugs. And then he was going through rehab. Mm-hmm. And around the time that he was going through rehab, my brother Chris was murdered. Mm-hmm. And my entire family thought that he was going to relapse when my brother got murdered.
Trigger.
He did not, because he was just starting, and he was clean for like 7 or 8 years. So handsome, he got his complexion back. Yeah. Because he was doing all this to get a kidney. Oh. He was doing all this because they said if you do not, why would we give you a kidney if you give
someone else
drugs?
Needs it and right. You're gonna abuse it.
So he was on the list to get his kidney transplant. We were so proud of him, and he got his kidney transplant, but his kidney it was called something, I can't remember what it's called, but it stopped working. So he even got another one,
he's blessed,
and that one stopped working too, and that's what led to him relapsing, because he had to go back to dialysis again. Then he stopped going to dialysis, and then eventually he succumbed to his. It's tough because talking to him, he was the type of person. He was a real good person. He was a junkie, but
he's still a human being.
He wouldn't have stole from you. He wouldn't have stole from you.
With morals.
He would. It was unreal.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't steal from nobody, but he was just hurting himself. And I actually had the conversation with him. I'm like, bro, like, what's? And he just was like, he couldn't give me a clean answer
because he don't have one. His life is not the way that he wanted it. There's an amount of depression that set in. I lost my mom to what you're talking about, not drug use, but to renal failure, things like that. She passed away in 2004. It's not a one thing. It's a collaboration of things.
Yeah, it's a collaboration.
I can't just. I got the life. Life is the kidney. Then I lost it. And I got life again. I lost it again. That is a manic depression set in.
Yeah.
And then the drugs too played a part.
Yeah. So people use drugs as their therapy.
Yeah,
and you and I was talking about this.
They medicate themselves.
Like, they're medicating themselves. So people use different avenues of therapy. I'm gonna use the drugs. So I'm gonna go to Facebook and air stuff out. People need to start going to trained professionals to try to help them. But also people got to be able to identify that they need help themselves.
And humble. You know what I'm saying? It's about being humble.
It's about being humble.
Because I don't like asking you. Like, if I'm having a problem, I don't like saying, hey, I'm having a hard time. Can you just let me hold so-and-so? If you hear me say that, and anybody tell you, oh, she having a hard time, I'm not a person to just open up and ask you for something. Or some people's not people to divulge that they're going through. They'll just give you these fake smiles, but you still can be going through and smile. Because I tend to go through stuff and smile. Yeah. I'm just a happy individual altogether. And I know there's a something at the end of this road. I know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I know that there's a rainbow for me.
Waiting for you.
So I'm not gonna sit here and just relic in being sad. It's not my personality.
Yeah.
But I do know that I have hope. I have faith. If that makes you think that I'm rich, because those are the qualities of being rich. People don't realize that.
Right.
It's not money.
But also another thing that you said that I really think is true, that your attitude, like you can have the worst attitude in the world and toxic stuff, and so many people gravitate to that.
Oh, they like toxic.
But it is so difficult to stay positive all the time. But if somebody see you, because a lot of people, you never know who's looking at you.
Yeah.
And some people will say, like, this person is positive. Do all this that they're going through, they staying positive. Damn, I gotta stay strong too.
Right. And it's about their faith. You know, people don't exercise their faith. They don't think that they have to do a workout for their faith, but you'll work out for that stomach. You'll work out for the thighs. You'll work out for them abs, but you won't work your faith out. You gotta work that faith. They ask me questions that I don't know the answers to. They look at me like I'm crazy. You don't even know that? I'm talking about big willies. I'm looking like, no. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not concerned with it. I'm concerned with the directions that I've been given from as a higher power.
Yeah.
I can't explain to you. You know, like you can't explain when you meet somebody and you may be attracted. There's not an explanation for it. What you like about her? Her hair. It's more than that.
Damn.
You can't explain what it is. It's something about her.
That's true.
It's something about that individual who drew you in. You're drawn into it. You don't have the explanation for it because it doesn't exist. It's something that's within you that is magnet to that.
It's
person.
a connection to that person. It magnetizes you.
And it only comes around once in a while.
Wow.
Working.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Making a lot of good sense over here, man. Especially like you said, working that faith, and you gotta continue to believe. Stay grounded. Work at what you're doing. And take some risk and take some chances. You know, what I mean, that's the only way you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only way you're gonna see if it's gonna work or not. So yeah, I really respect that. That's a big right there.
I'll tell you, what's the guy named Michael B. Jordan? He took, I think it was a little over 3 years to write that last movie, that Rocky situation. What was it?
Creed 3.
Yeah, they
directed that. Yeah,
that was a good movie.
It was a good movie. What's taking so long?
He did his thing on
He took his time.
Yeah, you could tell.
Time.
I didn't see that.
That's a trail. That's a trail. So that trio.
Trilogy of it.
That trilogy that's a really good series. It really is. All 3 of the movies I thought it was very good.
Long?
It was very good.
And a lot of times I want people to understand something too. I gotta leave this nugget with y'all before we go. I got to because it's on my mind. It's my discernment to say it. Creativity, a creation. That's because something was made. You can't create something until you get history sometimes. For me, what I do, history makes my stories. So I'm not going to make the story overnight because I'm still learning stuff I'm supposed to learn. For this movie, I'm like, oh, this happened. Oh, Floyd happened. Freddie Gray happened. Like, those stories didn't happen yet, so I can't give you the story I want until it evolves. History has to happen. Stop worrying about how long something takes and worry about how much time and effort and that you feel like, you know what, whatever it is, because they're gonna critique whatever you do.
Yeah.
They critique $1 million movies. They still critique that slap where Will Smith is played out. They're gonna critique everything that you do. So let them critique, knowing that you did your best, and you can just sit there like, say what you want.
Say what you want.
For me, if I do my best, I'm not worried about what people think. But if I slack, and I know Teresa Davis was slacking, I'm hard on me.
Yeah, you gotta be hard.
I'm slacking on that.
Good stuff, man.
Nah, I don't want to be slacking. If I feel as though I did my best, your opinion, I value it, but it's really not necessary when I know I did my best. I want to make you happy. I want to make you laugh. I want to make you cry. Yeah, I intend to make some people cry. Because if you don't feel something, then you're null and void. Yeah. You're Negro, black, null and void. Nothing's happening. That's all that is. No, I want to make you colorful. I want to make you smile. I want to see, some people shine. I don't shine. I glow.
Talk about that glow. Talk about that glow. I love it.
You know?
Moody got a song called I Got the Glow.
Oh,
I do
yeah,
got
so
a song
yeah.
called I Got the Glow.
Got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
got the glow.
Big on that glow.
I gotta hear
Got the
that.
glow.
Very big on that.
Yeah.
And like you said, things got to happen. You got to go through things. You got to have experiences. You got to get that creativity and do it at your best, and then let the chips fall where they may. And I appreciate that advice as a creator, because we do go through like, oh, is this good enough, or how are people gonna think about this when I put it out, or but when I know I got something, I'm editing something, I know I got it together, I'm looking at it from a different lens too. And I do look at it as a audience, like for myself. So I'm like, what would I think if I see this? All right, cool, I'm good with it. If I see that, I'm good with it. So I make it the best I can, and I put it out to the world. I'm like, if I'm good with it, I know people gonna be good with it. That's how I look at it.
That's all that matters.
So y'all perfectionists, because, like, say for instance, and I know this is a little deep. Like,
It's a little deep.
Because
Look at you, bro. What you talking about, bro?
Because I know, say for instance, like, I couldn't be in certain, like, probably I couldn't be a director. I couldn't be, because I'm I'm extremely too hard on myself. I look at something forever. Like, all right, for instance, if I ran a morgue or something, right, and I was a mortician, Is no way like I'd be like, this person don't, like, you know what I'm saying? All right, let me fix their mustache a little bit. Let me do. I'm like,
overthinker.
I overthink.
Okay.
So how do you not overthink? You know what I mean? Like, be like, because sometimes you might have something there, you like, I don't really like that.
I change stuff sometimes.
But do you have like a person next to you like, no, that's cool, like that, you gotta keep that like that, Teresa?
No, I just was talking with my homeboy Marv the other day. He was over my house, and see, he's doing the they call the voiceovers. He's basically narrating the movie. Okay. And I have to show him certain scenes so he know how to feel to speak it. How I gotta get the best out of him. And he was like, "You need the bullhorn right there." And I was like, mad at myself because I forgot my bullhorn that day. We was out of town, and I was like, "I got my bullhorn, nigga." Don't ask me about that boy. He's like, so I know that I can trust him because we're on the same page.
You're on the same
and I
page.
didn't get mad at him. I just looked mad at myself like, I forgot it.
Yeah. But that's good.
But
That's
I'm going
good
to
to
put
have
it there, though. I'm
good
going to go back and put it there.
Yeah. That's good to have somebody there to trust. Yeah. Like, because it's just
my
like,
son is that person. My son's that go-to. My son, people like Ray, we talk on the phone, we discuss stuff. You need those people. If you're doing this, you need those people in your space that's doing this. Like you said, there's some people who do it here. This place is huge. So you need those creative energies around you. Creative people, we got creative energy. You need them around you. So my son, he's younger than me, of course. I had him when I was young. He's turning 40 soon in a couple of months, and I'm just turned 55. So yeah, I was really, really young. But he keeps me grounded with what's going on today. And I can put my type of, I think, age group. So I have enough for everybody. You know, he keeps me grounded.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep.
You're like, Mom, you should do this. Don't do that. Don't nobody say that no more. I'm like, what are they saying then?
Yeah, tell me
what are they saying?
Give me hip.
Yeah. So we cultivate each other. Then I get on his nerves too. Say it over because I can't understand you. He talks faster than me, so he like, I gotta keep saying over, and he's gotten past that now. We used to tangle, boy, but it's been a joy directing him in this. He has one of the principals in this movie, and he didn't just get the principal. He's been in about, I think my son's been in about 11 movies now.
Oh wow, awesome!
Yeah, he plays in Be More Careful as well. He plays in Affiliated. He did have a little small role. He was a background on We Own the City. Quite a few movies he played in. He played in about 11 movies now, and we didn't just get to this. You know, I'm telling him what to do. He like, she harder on me than she is on you, yo. Yo, y'all don't know. You know, he went through that, and now he's like, I'm glad you was hard on me because he's really grown. I think people are going to really respect him even more for his work.
Right.
You just don't get to be that. You have to, like I said, you got to earn it. And my grandchildren, they all act, and they all learned being around us, and they solidify themselves. They own their roles, you know.
So shout out to you. You done started something fantastic in your family. Yeah. Started something fantastic in your family. I mean, that's a true matriarch. Because like you said your son, your grandkids,
my daughter-in-law,
everybody, like
my sister, my brother,
and
they've all been in my movies.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. So
big help. I tell you, it's a big help. Cousins. We're working with my cousin this weekend. My first cousin, and he doesn't really do this, but he's really meant for it. I know that. I can point at people and be like, yeah, like you can say, yeah, he's meant for it.
That look good. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, that's what we need. Just that aura, so we work with him this weekend, and it's good to have generational wealth. You want to pass that on, just like with the Wayne brothers.
Wayne,
Wayne and Wayne.
CC Winans, CC and BB Winans.
Oh, Winans. Okay, so the Waynes.
No, the Waynes.
David Waynes.
I think they funny as hell.
Sean Waynes.
They funny as hell.
Marlon Waynes.
Oh,
Marlon real funny.
We watch his show.
Yeah, he got a special out on
My son got
HBO
me
Max.
watching that.
I gotta check that out.
He funny. Oh, I seen it.
You seen him
I'm
special
gonna tell you, but
already?
it's so funny. It's so funny. He went in. Look at my face. He went in. They talking about they say Chris Rock went in. No.
That was cool.
Marlon went in.
Marlon is funny though. Marlon is funny.
Marlon went all the way in. I was like this. Is he gonna get sued?
Wow.
He went
like
in.
that.
I didn't know he had such a personal relationship with both of them. With Will and Jada as well. But he went in.
Yeah, he used to love Jada. He said that. He said he loved Jada. He had a crush on that. He said he had a crush on that.
I do gotta watch it.
Well, I heard this on an interview. I don't know if maybe it was as a comedy, but he was like, I had a crush on Jada Pinkett, but he was kind of like acting like he wasn't into her.
He was a kid to her,
and he ain't jump on it. And next thing you know, he said, came one day downstairs and Will Smith was sitting on the couch and that was it. But I
don't want to tell you the show, but
don't tell me.
He's spoiling. He just spoiled some stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to know.
He just spoiled some stuff.
He said a couple of things. I'm still looking forward to.
It's a lot of meat in there. It's a lot of meat. I could watch that over and over. My son had me watching that. On Sundays, I get a chance to go and eat dinner with my son and his wife and my
That's
grandkids.
Amazing. That's amazing.
So I go because I can't cook. What are you talking about? And so, and then I see them. What happens. So,
right. So before we do get out of here, we gotta talk about, because you did talk about your family dynamic. So your son, you have one son, right? And you have how many grandkids?
I have 3. I have everybody probably know now. I had my birthday the other day. We went to the mountains.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Belated birthday.
I'm still breathing. Heart's pumping. I can still fuss. I can still laugh. I got all them.
You don't look 55 to be honest with you.
I'm feeling good. Thank you.
Good.
I'm feeling good.
So you're Aries too?
Yeah, I'm Aries.
Aries family in the building.
Us three.
3 of us. Oh, we need to clap. We need to
Yes. Man. We do. Our season is,
You guys are nothing but creatives. Aries, though. Not just from Aries, though. I love Aries. I met a lot of Aries. They're very creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, get me excited. I want to go home and do some stuff. I stay up all night.
Nice.
I look at stuff. I Google stuff. My brother, he's very musical. He played in the band, Panama band from Baltimore. He's one of the ones who helped created the band 20 years ago. And he ended up having a stroke. But he's still very creative because he makes me music, on that. He makes music, whatever. I don't know the name of the thing.
Pro Tools, all types of stuff. MacBooks, software.
Yeah, so he makes the scene changes. He makes a lot of the instrumentals for me. And so he just can't play his guitar anymore, So,
Gotcha.
But he's still blessed able to create music.
Nice.
And I come from a very musical family, and like I say, artsy. You Aries, this is what you do, man. Is in you. You just have to figure out what it is that we do.
Yeah.
Right.
But we went to the mountains, and I told him it was one of the guys, Mr. Gregory Brandt's birthday. He turned 64. Shout out to him. And he's like a big brother to me. I love this guy, man. He's just a good actor. He was an actor at first. I met him on the Channel 2 thing I was doing with Donnie Glover, and he was very scared to go on the air, and I was the co-host. And he was just dripping. I mean, I was like, you okay? You good? He's like, what's it going to be like? People scared. They don't know. They're scared of fear. He was like, I said, he's a baseball player. So I say, you 2-time, what is that? When they win the ring or whatever?
World Series champion.
You scared to go? He said, I hate them cameras in my face. So it's so funny how we ultimately end up, he said, well, what do you do? And I said, I do this. And then after that, after the TV show, I go and I film. So I said, you're welcome to come. He got on the TV show. He blew it out. He did a great job. And then he came to the set, and this was years ago, and he's been with us ever since. He's grown to a seasoned actor. He's so much fun. But we both wanted something different for our birthday, so we asked, could we get a movie out of our family? Because all of them don't act.
Right.
And some of his family went, they don't all act. And so I wrote a script. And I gave it to everybody prior to the trip. And wait till you guys see this movie. I can't tell you the name yet, but wait you guys see.
Exclusive.
I shot it in the mountains, go on vacation. So,
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. So
I don't want no gifts. I want a movie. I still got gifts though.
That's it.
Thank you, y'all.
So I mean, you just do what you love, and that's what this conversation is all about. You doing what you love.
That house was huge, and I used every room I could in it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like all these rooms, I see something different.
Hey, we got the space, so if you ever want to, be, rent a space, get, come and shoot something, let us know. We got the green screen, of course. We got different rooms. So
I see it.
It's up to you.
Even the radio.
You got the studio.
What y'all
got the studio.
T-shirts. Y'all have merchandise. That's here that I see, not one shirt.
Yeah, nice. That you can purchase right now if you like.
Y'all check out my videos. You can see everything they got in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, man.
For sure.
That's all I got, brother.
Yeah. Shout out to Baltimore. Everybody that I worked with in the past. I haven't forgot about you. Some projects not all. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to people I work with that's coming up. I haven't met yet. I know we're going to meet. I just know we're going to meet.
Well, they're going to meet you from you plugging your stuff. So where can they find you at, Teresa Davis?
You can go to Instagram and put in 2_ Teresa Davis. It's spelled without the H. It's TERESA Davis __. You can go on Facebook, Teresa Davis. Everything that you're looking up is Teresa Davis. YouTube is Teresa Davis. Like these glasses right here that I bought for gifts.
Thank you. She brought gifts. Thank you.
Gifts.
Tina Kelly made these.
We accept gifts here. We appreciate it.
My family member, my daughter-in-law made these. And she makes all our T-shirts. Mr. Greg, he has a company that makes T-shirts. So I'm blessed that I have people who have other talents that work with me and that pour in and soar.
Nice.
They sow into what we're doing. Real talented people that I'm around.
That's stuff.
Nice. So, yeah.
Transparency.
Transparency. It's a podcast. This is a heck of a podcast. This is a great show, man.
Great show. Thank you so much.
Man, that's all I got, brother. So
thank you for having me. Thank you.
So I hope that you love this podcast.
Oh, wow.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
I go by the name of Big O. Got my guy Moody here.
You already know.
We got Teresa Davis.
T Productions, baby, in the house.
And this is the Transparency Podcast.
Yeah. What an experience. Wow.
Nice.